So I just changed the pool filter. This is the Jandy cs200, right at about 9 inches. You ever done this with one hand? And it's right at about 33 inches. This filter is 2 years old. It's got squares on the inside. It's got the pleats. This thing's pretty disgusting. El Grosser 2E. Pleats are starting to come apart. Wash it every month. Let me show you what I replaced it with. So we went down to Pinch a Penny Pool Supply, bought this, was going to order one on Amazon, and asked the lady, what do you feel about the Amazon filters? Obviously, there's a price difference. She says the Amazon filters are made out of paper. They're going to last you 2 to 3 months. This is made pure pleatco. It's blue in color. It's got antro micro stuff in it. Don't ask me how to say it. But anyway, in a nutshell, it's supposed to give you more. So I was running a solid about 14 psi on that gauge. There is 0 on that gauge. The chlorinator never ever got full. I'm lucky if it got halfway. I'd have to open the lid and put water in there. The pump would never prime. It'd always be bubbling and cavitating. I got some bubbles in there, but I just put the filter in. It has never been like this other than when we first installed it. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, let me show you the pool. Then I'll take the cartridge out, even though I just put it in. So the pool, there's 6 bubblers down in the bottom. I never had any surface tension, like the water's breaking and circulating. Never had that. Never had any of that before, if you can see it. The bubblers down here and the end, you could barely hear them, and they definitely would not push water up like that one is and that one is over there. So there is a ton of pressure in this pool. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cover off over there. So this is how I do it. I'm gonna shut it off. Okay, pumps off. Just wanted to look at this. So the needle is actually touching the stop. I'm gonna take this off and just let that bad boy bleed down. So when you come around to take these off, there's a push button on the back right here. Let's see if I can switch hands. You have to push this in, and then you're going to remove it that way. So it's a counterclockwise rotation to remove. So let me go ahead and put the phone down and do that. So you get it loose, you get the idea, and you're just going to unscrew it and keep unscrewing it until she comes loose. Okay, so she's loose. Now I'm going to pull this straight up in the air and set it down over here. Sure, it would be nice to have somebody else help videotape this, but there's nobody around. So there it is, pulled it straight up in the air. And the reason you want to pull it straight up in the air because you don't want to bust this tube. You also don't want to catch this little guy here on the side. I don't know if you can see him or not. If you break him, it's going to be a bad day. Water level's all the way down there in the bottom. Don't have too much to worry about that. Pump's still holding prime, which is awesome. Get our handy dandy tape measure out. And this one measures in right about 10 inches. You can see it right there. It says pleatco, and it says bottom. Pleatco Pure. It is a very tight fit in the top lid. I am not going to pull that apart because it kind of snapped in when I put it in there. But I just wanted to show you the material. It feels like a synthetic, almost plastic. And they're saying these stay rigid. They won't collapse like paper. And that gives you the lack of back pressure because the filament won't close up. It's got little itty bitty squares all the way up into it and circle rings. But I can tell you, let's go ahead and put this in and fire it back up. So we are just like one notch up on that. Let the air out. Okay, we got water. Got no leaks. Pump instantly primed right back up. And the chlorinator water is right at the top. Those were the issues that were plaguing this system for 6 months now. Obviously, the filter was getting more and more clogged, even though I was washing it every 4 weeks. Incidentally, that filter requires a rinsing once every 18 weeks. That's like synthetic oil going 20,000 miles. I'm having a hard time believing it. So, I'm going to pull it apart in a month and take a look at it. And I'm going to pull it apart maybe in 2 months and take a look at it. And I'll try the 18 weeks. So day one, I have 0 back pressure, maybe a pound of back pressure on the system. Full power on the chlorinator and the pump. Bam, look at that. That thing has been cavitating half a bucket for 3 months now. I've had all kinds of internet searches on that. It's driving me nuts. And then the pool, I could just hear those. I've never been able to hear those bubblers. The funny part about it is when you hear the bubblers, the pool was down about 1.5 inches to 2 inches in the summertime from evaporation, and that's how I knew it was time to fill it back up with water. It's crazy. I've got nothing but amazing, super happiness to say. Let me show you that tag again for that product. So there it is. It's the Purpose Pro Series filter cartridge, open pleat. There's the number D5M. Now my pump's a cs200, but this is saying C200S. Hope they sold me the right one. If not, hey, we got a great video to go back and bitch a penny. Pure pleat. What else did it say there? I like the idea that there's no more bands around it, so I can probably just get the brush in there and clean it. So we're going to run this thing. I'll do a video when I tear it apart in a month to see how dirty it's gotten. So if you do your own pool maintenance, my neighbor, he spends $150 a month to have a guy come out and take care of his pool. He doesn't have the ledge like we got. So, I'm displaced, another 1,000 gallons less water than he is. That's really not a lot. I do all my own maintenance. I don't pay anybody anything. Once a week, I get in there with the brush, which is sitting there on the ducky. I brush the whole pool once a week. Even yesterday, when it was cold, I had my wetsuit on. We're in South Florida, and it was 62 degrees, and the pool temperature was right in there. That's wetsuit weather. I vacuum it, I don't know, when it needs, twice a month. The summertime, the mosquitoes and the gnats seem to find their way in more than they do in the wintertime, so I'm probably vacuuming it more in the summertime, vacuuming it less in the wintertime. The duck has the chlorine tablet in it because that corner right there never sees sunshine. So that's where I get my yellow algae. And I found by keeping a chlorine tablet, Mr. Ducky right there, he keeps the chlorine in that area a little higher, and the yellow algae does not really grow one time this year I had it, and that was it. Let's go back out to the pump. As far as this, I throw 2 tablets in there. They last somewhere between 2 weeks. In the summertime when we use the pool a lot, I might use a tablet a week. That's all I do. I put the tablets in from Pinch a Penny. I'll go out to the barn and get those. This thing has been driving me absolutely nuts because it's been cavitating and it's been pissing me off. It's not doing it now. I think my pool enjoyment has just gone up. Thank you, Pinch a Penny. And that's crazy, man. I got no bad pressure on that at all. So you saw me how I undid the ring. Just take the cartridge out, hose it down. They got a cartridge wash if you want. You can soak it. That's a lot. I just usually hose it down. That's why I do it every month. And then I just put my tablets in there. It's that easy. It's that easy to take care of the pool. And like I said, the tablets that I throw in there, it's the Pinch a Penny Total Care. It's like four in one. It's got the little blue specks. They're individually sealed in the cellophane. Just open one up, drop it in there. I do that once a week, once every 2 weeks. I always want to keep, one full tablet in there. That's it. It is easy. I love my pool. It is so simple to take care of. And now I've expanded myself into the hot tub world and I'm learning. So getting a lot of good tricks on this. This filter in here is a piece of crap paper made in China filter, and I'm gonna have to go back to Pinch a Penny and see if that company makes that blue fiber filter, because I bet you that would really make this pump move. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my review on that pleatco blue porpoise pro pool filter for the cs200 Jandy. Loving it. All right, guys, take care.